Hello and happy Wednesday. So today is the 222 portal, and I wanted to check in the energy and see kind of like what's coming forth today for all of us, or I would say like the guidance regarding this portal that's happening today, right? So I did a little bit of research, and it's interesting what keeps coming through, even when I kept looking up the number 222, which is a master teacher number, and then 222, and then also 2222. I just, everything that keeps coming up wants to be regarding a lot of peace, a lot of harmony. There's empathy, there's sensitivity, there's also kind of like a dreams coming into reality kind of sense to it all, but also keeping your goals and your dreams oriented around not just your betterment but the betterment of humanity as a whole, or at least if you don't want to think that big, even though it feels like that big of an energy, it's also about making sure that it what it's like whatever you want to come bring through here, as far as making your dreams come through, dedicating yourself towards something, some goal of yours. It also is attached to being a humanitarian, if you will, someone that shares the wealth, if you will. It doesn't have to be specifically material wealth, but it's almost like everything that this portal wants to bring through is a lot for those people who are visionaries that want to make a better place, maybe for their immediate community, immediate family, not just themselves. There seems to be also a need to remind everybody, the collective, that you have to believe in yourself. Stay optimistic is the key here. That really is the key, because that kept coming up in every video that I would like listen to, at everything I would read. Staying optimistic, even if you kind of not are not seeing the fruits of your labor yet, if you will. It's almost like I don't want to say that this portal. I'm gonna start shuffling just so that we can kind of I can kind of tap into the energy a little bit more, because I already read all of my notes. It's about staying optimistic. It's almost like it's not a test, but it is what's attached to this energy. It's it's almost like it's opening up a new doorway. But for those who are willing to stay focused and optimistic and stay the course that they have decided that they want to pursue in the first place, again, especially regarding those things that have to do with building a better society, a better world, and even if it's just about you, you change yourself, you change the world, and that is truly like how powerful this portal really is. It affects the individual, but it affects a collective as well, and it affects people around those of us that kind of have, what is it, like our mindset on something, on doing something, not just for our betterment, for the betterment of humanity, if you will. It could boil down to the individual achieving something, and then it could also just manifest as a collective huge shift in in a positive direction. I have to add, it is a very positive and harmonious energy that we have going on today. Wow, yeah, definitely. There's this overflow here of creativeness, of passion, of also just understanding. Empathy is in the air as well. The whole dreams coming to life thing just hit me really hard, because we are in Pisces season, and Pisces is like the dreamer. And then we just ended Aquarius season, and Aquarius is about visionaries and kind of like humanitarian efforts, if you will. It's almost like that it's all mixed in one cup, and it all wants to like just pour into this life of us, like everyone's life. It wants to this energy wants to show you that dreams are achievable, that there's nothing too big or too small for you to accomplish. And especially because you keep your resolve, you keep your focus, and you have faith not just in the universe, the divine, God, other people, but you really do have faith in yourself. Again, it is a very much, it's a self realization, or a self, like a shift in perspective regarding even how you view your own reality around you. And just, it's like testing your optimism and your faith in yourself. But then in believing in yourself, you accomplish also spreading that awareness around. It's almost like it exudes from you, if you will. Or as a collective, it's all around us. You cannot ignore this kind of energy. It's a really good energy. It's a beautiful energy, actually. Yeah, here it is, the sun. It's a very happy and harmonious energy. And it's almost like there's not much for us to do to even tap into this, because it's all around us. You don't need to force this. This is not a forcible thing. Happiness is never forced, right? It's just contagious, and it's just shared authentically and just organically, right? Same thing with this energy. I mean, we're all living it through it at the moment. So it's not something that you necessarily need to like tap into. It's all around you. It's more of just allowing yourself to experience bliss, allowing yourself to still believe in your dreams, even if today you might have a shitty day, or something not so good happen or something. It's still kind of like sitting back and being like, well, I still have this and I still have that. And, it's just one, but kind of like that, like not just seeing the silver lining in things, but kind of like if you're going through some tough cycles at the moment, should take stock of the good things that are happening. Maybe that's the only thing that this portal is asking of us, just staying optimistic, staying in the energy of love and empathy for self. Especially the self is very important here, and Leo being here with the sun makes sense too. It all boils down to how we feel about our lives, how we feel about ourselves is very important here. Especially after struggles, because I am picking up on that just now. There was, you know we are all struggling with something. That's also something that as a collective we can kind of all what is it, give each other grace when it comes to mistakes maybe from the past, or past altercations, misunderstandings, if you will, because we are all struggling with something. Eh, there's a saying or something that you never know what anyone's gone through, right? You don't know what anybody's going through, so just be kind to everybody, something like along those lines. Kind of like that. But it's like, if you're like that naturally with other people, very empathetic, very forgiving, very understanding, this energy is asking you to also allow that energy to wash over yourself as well. There's a need to quiet the self-critic with loving words, if you will. Interesting judgment. Well, self-judgment, it's a thing. It's almost like, is that self-critic, is that inner inner voice telling you that maybe you're not good enough, or you're not deserving of this, or if this hasn't happened, maybe it's because God is like smiting you or something like that, or the universe doesn't support you, or you're not good enough. All of that, this portal really wants to just, it's almost like it wants to wash over that and clean it. Definitely, I want to put this card here. It's like this energy is washing over the criticism, the I can't do it, or it hasn't happened for me because I don't deserve it, kind of like that. Wants to wash over that and kind of cleanse it. But also, the fact that the divine is here, it's almost like it's karmic justice for us to receive this kind of cleansing of energy, and kind of accept that we are good enough. It's interesting. There's like it's like a double-edged sword here. Interesting. Yeah, it's letting go of the burdens and the things that we've carried for a long time that maybe were holding us back from our greatest potential. And maybe a lot of us don't even need like a tangible thing. We just want to be happy. We want to experience happiness again. We want to experience bliss and a childlike mentality. Wow, the Wheel of Fortune, yeah. Um, it's almost like this energy also wants to show you how much, just how important those maybe misunderstandings were to the whole picture of the thing, right? I have a lot of karmic justice here, it seems. In the middle is the burden being put down. It's almost like that's how you move towards the energy of love and empathy, when you just let go of the burdens. You balance that spirituality, practicality, mentality, if you will. The fact that the two is at the bottom of the deck. The two wants to be about harmony and just, yeah, literal balance. Interesting. Wow, very interesting. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. It's like, and the Ace of Pentacles. This is very much happening. I mean, I want to say it's happening on the earth plane. Obviously, it's happening to us. The fact that we don't have any pentacles here, but then the pentacles are on the bottom of the deck. Interesting. Pentacles all around. That's crazy. The karmic wheels, it's moving. But how you get it to move is by realizing that you have this opportunity, especially today and moving forward. It just doesn't have to be today. This is timeless. This is an energy that obviously is very attainable to us today, but this is something that you can kind of just acquire or tap into whenever you need to. The message, though, today really seems to be about letting go of the limiting things that are being kind of, they have been like almost like programmed, or you've been carrying for a really long time, to get this wheel moving in your favor, if you will. And it's not that it hasn't been moving in your favor. Even the altercation or the negative things that have been happening, they had to happen. It's a karmic cycle. It doesn't have to be a karma. It's just a part of life. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune is just part of life. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, but wherever you are in this wheel, while it's rotating or it's not moving or it is moving, you're learning. And that's what the divine wants to say, that you've acquired so much knowledge from everywhere. So the number 22 is a master teacher number. It's also the master builder. So obviously you need, yeah, the wish fulfillment. It's almost like you need to go through a lot to kind of then have knowledge of how to move forward. You wouldn't know how to deal with an altercation of maybe someone raising their voice at you and you having to put up a boundary, until it happened for the first time. Maybe it went sideways, things were never resolved, but now you know how to resolve that because you went through it. It's kind of like that. This energy wants to let you know that it wants to reassure the collective that everything is as it should be. So this is why you should keep your faith in yourself and your dreams and what you want to achieve, even if it feels at this specific moment that everything around you is not showing you proof. It's not showing you, because again, there's no pentacles here again. Even though I always see the Wheel of Fortune, the actual wheel, I always kind of see it as a pentacle, but that's besides the point. Everything that's up in the air, up in the ethers, very much kind of like the divine giving you hints, synchronicities. Today is a very synchronistic day in itself. It's 222. So it's like your dreams it's like you're sitting in front of them. You can't see them because they're all behind you, but it's an energy that wants to come forth. It's about to. The 10th cup is here. So you have the 9 of cups, wish fulfillment, and today seems to be the 10th cup, the one that overflows everything else. Very interesting how I'm even seeing this right now. The star. Wow. Yeah, talk about overflow and balance. And wish fulfillment again. I cannot ignore that. The chariot. This year is very significant for this collective. I got cut off by the fact that it didn't have any storage on my phone, apparently. All right, so I made some space, but I got cut off right when I was putting this card down, and then I looked up and I realized I wasn't filming. Anyways, I like that. It's kind of like I needed to take a breath for some reason, and that's interesting. I was heading into what I was going to say is that this year is very significant for those in the collective that I was describing regarding what you're striving to bring forth. Is not just for your betterment. It's not just for your balance and your healing. There's a lot of balance here. It is also for in a humanitarian way, in a very like it's this thing that you've been working towards is to help other people, not just yourself. However, you realize that you are even more able to achieve what you want if you tend to yourself as well. And this portal is very significant for that. It's making you realize that the change starts with you, so you have to believe in yourself. It's kind of like if you believe in yourself, it trickles onto other people. If you trust yourself, that trust trickles onto others that you are striving to help in the first place, not just yourself, right? Kind of like that. And then the Terrier being here tells me it's this year you're very close to achieving this goal. This portal seems to be like pushing you forward. It almost is going to be like the vehicle that you use to kind of propel yourself forward towards this. Very interesting. Very interesting how that's the message kind of shifted just now. It's almost like a boost. Does that make sense? It's like, I'm going to give you a practical example here. It's like, let's say you have kind of like the same fruit smoothie every morning. And now you're adding, I don't know, it was doing you wonders. It was really helping you with maybe how you felt, the energy levels and stuff like that. But now you've bought a new supplement that you're going to add to the smoothie, and you see the results super fast. You see how it's been a boost to your routine, even though like you've been doing good so far. Now you're doing amazing. You feel better. Your skin is brighter. It's kind of like that. If I was gonna put it in a practical sense, I don't know why they even want me to over explain that, because I feel like it's explained in itself. But it's like that. Like, it's not that you're going to be doing anything new, but you kind of are, but you're not. It's more of you're just putting more in yourself. You're a little bit more meticulous. You're a little bit more intentional, and it's coming from a place of, again, you really truly believe in yourself. You are embodying. You're finally turning that wheel. You really are embodying who you truly want to be. You are changing yourself. Therefore, everything around you is moving and changing as well. Wow. We have 2 cards regarding wish fulfillment, and I started this by saying that it's like dreams coming true. And you could take that as literal as you want, or as, metaphorical as you want for some of you. I feel like some of you might be very prophetic in the sense that you get prophetic dreams. That's coming through as well. Maybe this whole energy, Piscean energy this year, seems to bring a lot of foreshadowing and like prophecy with it. I'm sure it's a collective thing where it's like you're having very intense dreams, and they make sense, but at the same time they don't. They are tied into your reality, but they're not. It involves people that you know, but it's not people necessarily that you really know. Kind of in the dream, it's not making sense, but it's making sense in the same way. Does that make sense? I'm going all around that. Okay. Anyways, let's see what the chariot is about here. So yeah, there's the fact that there's that knight again. There we go. All right, this is the pentacle that I needed. This literally explains what I was trying to say. This is the knight. This is the smoothie that you've been, you've been drinking every day. But it's almost like you got to a point where the slowest moving knight, right? The changes you've been implementing. I don't know why they keep showing me the freaking smoothie example. Anyways, the energy that you've been working towards, every step you've taken towards this, has been not just, you haven't just been careful with it, you've been very intentional with it. Every change you've made, everything you strived towards, has up to this point, it has been very much solid and anchored into your reality. It has been solid changes. It hasn't just been you running your mouth off about you having this dream and that dream. You've actually been working on them. But it's the slowest moving energy. This portal, because now we have the chariot being clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. Is like, this moves faster than this. However, this is the best knight that we like in this, in the tarot, because it's, the whole story makes sense in this way. It's like, it's been slow and steady, but it's moving. The energy is moving. This is like the last little push. And it's a big push. It's not just a little push, because the divine is pushing it. Very interesting. Very good cards out here. The happiest card in the deck, literally fortune, the wheel, karmic wheel moving in your favor. The divine supporting, healing and wish fulfillment again. And then a solid thing. This is solid. I want you to look at what everybody that's on a horse and on a movement thing. The divine is bringing this good energy forth. You are so dedicated to this dream of yours, to this, seeing this through. You are not playing around when it comes to this. It's almost like you're at the precipice of it. You're almost like seeing it. It's almost like you could see it and you're about to plant this. Yes, it's about to happen. And then look at who else is on a horse. Happiness. Happiness, joy, life. It's like a brand new life that wants to come through. Yeah, after hurt. These two cards seem to be kind of like the last little obstacle, or the last little resolution that needs to happen here, which is regarding, kind of holding on to a lot of stuff that has nothing to do with you anymore. You've moved past that. This is also what the divine wants to let this collective know, that you've moved away from a lot of the conflict or the things that were holding you back. You're actually taking the right steps forward. It's time to trust yourself when it comes to that. This card wanted to be out again. Yeah. Maybe it's after this. Maybe these are the things that might have been coming up lately that kind of were wanting to, kind of throwing you off your game, if you will. Another 3. But you persevered. Again, it's like you made the right choice. You've made the right choice. And you're waiting. There's that waiting for your ships to come in, if you will. Because, yeah, there's that balance again. This has to do with these two cards here. I think you've brought balance to past misunderstandings. You definitely have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, interesting. The Ten of Cups. Oh, look who's behind that. The Devil. Okay. Um, you've brought balance, dreams coming through. I'm telling you, you've brought balance, and bringing balance is almost like it solidifies in a healing way, in the emotional body. There's been a lot of work there. A lot of work was done, especially when it comes to Aquarius season. So during Aquarius season, there has been a lot of emotional healing, a lot of fulfillment when it comes to the healing journey that you were on as well, because this is not just one aspect of your life, this is touching everything. And then I feel like now Cancer season, that makes sense, it's almost like in Cancer season is when this night finally arrives at this of cups. I keep wanting to say Ten of Pentacles, which is the same kind of energy as this. Oh, victory. There is a victory. Okay, that makes sense. All right, I'm going to move on to some oracles, and let's see what else wants to be said here. I just want the oracles to kind of support what I was talking about, I guess. Let's see. The bottom of the deck, I just have to show you. So closing doors, completion, number 5, changes. Does not look like a portal. It does to me. It's like, I always see this card as this energy that's right here. It's like a being walking out with all its light, all its might. And, everything that kind of who they are, their essence. They're taking it somewhere where it's recognized for what it is. They're just, again, for its beauty and its I don't know what it is. There's also this need to kind of show love, or show that you're very empathetic towards others, compassionate towards others. That keeps coming up. All right. So this is the Shaman's Dream Oracle, and I picked it because the message keeps being that your dreams are going to come true. The dreams that you've been having are significant as well. You got to believe in yourself and believe in your dreams. All right, let's see what's going on here. Wow, first breath. There we go. Beginner's mind. There's a portal right there. Possibilities for union, sky bridge. Wow, lay of the land's ancestral wisdom. Holy crap. And then lost in space, needing direction. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's almost like a story, if you will. Because you see how this card looks like this card, but it's almost like you've decided the one thing that you want to focus on. But there's the needing direction thing kind of like throws me off, because it's like okay, well, maybe it's this is the testing your resolve kind of thing, kind of energy that was there, where it's like, are you sure this is a contract, sacred contract? Yeah, it's like the final question of, are you sure this is what you want? This, but not because it's the wrong thing, but it's almost like because it feels like the right thing. You're not second guessing, but you are being asked to take stock of everything you've done. Maybe that also adds to the fact that you should be proud of yourself and what you've accomplished up to this point. And even if you can't foresee ahead, you feel like you could be lost in the sauce, if you will. You're like, I'm going like on a hamster wheel, and I'm not really seeing any potential for me moving anywhere, because it's like I'm going in circles. You're not. It's almost like there's a new contract being drawn, if you will, right? So I was mentioning with the tarot that there seems to be a karmic cycle that was completed. So of course now something anew needs to happen. Something needs to take its place, if you will. You've made the space for it. That this is a collective thing, because I think it has come up in my readings before, where like collectively we are being asked to make space for the new. But until we close up those cycles, there's no space for the new to come in. Well, this energy is clearing, is helping you clear things, but it's helping you propel you forward towards what you really need to be doing. Which for a lot of us is, you just have to keep doing what you've been doing. The fact that there's a maze here and there's a maze here, I almost want to say that this big energy here that's opening up is this. It's us having access to this newness, this new beginning. And that's why we need to have also a beginner's mind. It's kind of like going back to the wonder and the feeling like anything is possible. Staying in that energy, reconciliation is interesting. Right away I heard burning bridges. And the fact that we have a bridge here, that's really interesting. Wow, heart, home, compassion. Okay. So where maybe some bridges have been burned in the past, again, there's that need to really go within and feel that everything's complete and everything is as it should be and was as it should have been as well. There's no need to dig in the past for things that you probably kind of like feel that maybe you weren't good enough in that moment, or that person did you wrong, or this hurt you, or whatever that is. It's like there's a need for compassion for all, including yourself. And then that opens up this energy. It not just opens it up, it kind of even, it enhances the goodness that this energy wants to bring forth for us. And it's a fated thing, skywriting. It's fate. The runes are significant. That's interesting, because it's Wednesday and today is Odin's day. And Odin is the one, oh, interesting, first breath. Odin is said to be the god that gave humanity breath, life. And he's also the one with the runes. He discovered the runes. Okay, the message, another getting me back to the Odin story. The sacrifices that you've made in the past, the things that you've had to, the bridges you had to burn, right? The times that you had to really go within and not pay mind to what was going on around you and believe in yourself. All of that is paying off. All of it is paying off. There's really good energy circling the collective now. It's all around us. It's a time to stay positive and optimistic. It's just that. It's really that simple. Stay positive and optimistic. Yeah, look at that. Repairing the veil of forgiveness. You've done this. You've done the repair. You've worked on what you needed to work on. It's time to surrender the how, the who, the when. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep working on yourself and believing in yourself. And that is really all that this portal is asking of us. Easier said than done, I know. Easier said than done. But it's really that simple of a message, or it's that simple of a task that is asking of us. Just stay happy. Do something that you like today. If you like drawing, you draw. If you like painting, you should paint. If you want to dance, if you want to sing, if you want to create music, do something that makes you feel passionate about your life, that you enjoy. Do something creative, because it helps you tap into the creator's energy, if you will. Yeah, look at that. Emotions are running high. That is true. Adjustments are required. Interesting. The energy is gaining momentum. Yeah. without a doubt. There it is. A new start is coming. There's a need to trust. You are good enough. This is the adjustment here. You really need to believe in yourself. There's no need to second guess anything at this moment in time. If anything, this is the moment to double down and say, no, no, no. I believe in what I want to do. I think it's a good thing. I know that I'm going to make it. Don't listen to that inner critic, okay, at all. Confidence is key. My goodness. Yes, literally what I meant to say. Don't listen to the inner critic. A win-win outcome is forecast. Wow. We just had a new moon as well, so that's significant. We just had a new moon in Pisces, okay? So, and we are going to have a full moon in Virgo on March 7th, so that could be significant for some of us here too. Obviously, zodiac signs, we have Virgo, Leo, and Libra as well. All right, let's see. Yeah, prosperity lies ahead without a doubt. And this is prosperity in all aspects. But I like that it's a Taurus energy because it's earth energy. And then the bottom of the deck is very significant. Bring love into the situation. Anything here, anything that triggers you, this portal is asking, especially today is very significant, but as a whole, moving forward, anything that triggers you, you're not perfect. It's not necessarily that you need to be zen and you need to be, all loving and all whatever all the time and perfect. But the triggers are there to kind of make you realize that you've grown so much. You've grown so much where you could just send love and light to whoever or whatever is kind of like nagging at you or trying to like poke the bear, if you will, and just let it go. There's a lot of letting go and surrendering. Pay it no mind. I'm hearing. Don't pay anything that kind of triggers you any mind. In the grand scheme of things, you're still doing and working what you should be working on and towards, especially if you're creating something or again working on something that is not just to help you, but is to help your community, your family, the world, a bigger collective than just immediate people around you. If that's what you're working towards, you're good. You got it. Don't let things kind of get to you. Wow. Caesar Mantaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. Yeah, dreams coming true, without a doubt. Look at that. Wait, it's not time yet. Things are being woven. There's that contract being drawn again. It's almost like, yeah, we're like at the precipice of this, of just like coming into a new life, if you will. The great serving, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Again, there's that needing to really stay in the energy of love and compassion for others. Double mission, light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. Definitely. Definitely. You, again, you serve the world by being you and you change the world by being you. Why? Because if you are just coming across everybody that you come across with, you are kind and you're loving and you're understanding and you're compassionate and you're empathetic towards them, it doesn't matter how is received. You know that that's who you are and how you're being towards others, and it's going to click with the right people. Okay, that's also key here. It's like there's a community being formed. There's the collective consciousness is calling in a soul family, and it's almost like they're waiting around. It's like but it's about to just come into our reality as well. I think that that's part of what's coming through in this portal too. There's a lot of soul family intertwinedness trying to be like woven into the fabric of reality, if you will. And I know that sounds very like woo woo, but that's literally what just came out of my mouth, where like that's just what I'm seeing. It's like there's little connections. Maybe you've, it's like there's something about routine. You keep doing the routine that you're doing, but little by little, there's like a little bit of newness coming in. You're going to experience that you have an encounter with a specific person. Like maybe you've talked to them before, but not in the depth that you're doing, that it's happening now. And you discover, hey, that person's kind of all right. You know, we have things alike. And it's kind of like that. It's everything is going to happen very organically and natural, but it's at the end of the day, in the background of it, it's all divine orchestrated. And it's also, it was meant to happen at this time for a lot of these collectives. I hope that resonates with some of you, where like it's almost like you're stepping into a reality, into a space where there's soul family waiting for you. You've been waiting for them, and they've been waiting for you at the same time. It's mutual. Wow. Karmic relationships, Orion's energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. Conflict here twice. There's a closing of karmic cycles. You see, you go from one place to the other. It's happening. This goes here. It's like that's what it feels like. You're waiting. There's a moment where everything shifts, and you walk into almost like a brand new reality. It feels like it might feel like that way to you, honestly. And the fact that we're talking about a portal, so oh, interesting. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Whoa. This one's here. You're remembering that you're not here just for yourself and kind of like to work on your own karmic cycles, karmic relationships, past lifetimes, future lifetime, this lifetime. It's not just about you. You know what? There's a bigger picture here, and there's connections that you're going to be making that add to the picture. It's almost like connecting to this new community or people that you're going to make a community with. Helps you and them remember just who you are and this double mission that you're here to serve for the planet. Wow, inner earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. I love it. There's new solutions and beginnings coming from conflict and closing karmic cycles. Let's see. Stay seeing potential in everything. Yeah, look at that. Trust the timing. Trust the wave you came on. You came in on. Time is not running out. Yeah, you're not, just because you've been working towards this goal of yours for a really long time does not mean that it's not right around the corner. And there's a need to trust the timing of your life. Everywhere there's people standing here just waiting to kind of move towards what they need to, but also it shows that there is movement. There is like one step, two step, one step, two. There's movement happening. You got to trust that. Keep seeing the potential in yourself and others as well. Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. This comes in with this. It's like you're here to learn. Wow, the card after that too, it's significant. Earth. Learning how to be human in this world, but not of it. You could feel that way sometimes. Maybe this is that Aquarian energy where you might be a visionary in your own perspective way, in your own perspective community, with your own interest, right? And it's almost like you are frustrated because you can't bring forth this harmony that you feel it's possible, not just for you but for others. You can't bring it to fruition. It's annoying sometimes. It's also frustrating. It's sad. that's where that doubt comes in. But you're meant to stay in the positive energy and the I see potential with everyone, everything that I do. It's not all hope is lost. There's a lot of hope. And especially if you approach everything as with a sense of curiosity and wanting to learn. Don't see anything as a setback. It's just been it's been set up this way because you needed to learn certain things to enable to build a foundation for this dream of yours to come true. So it says star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom. Look a little deeper. I feel that this goes here too. We'll leave it here. Willow and Orca elders, share your song, frequency of sound, and diving deep. You carry a lot of healing energy with you. There's a lot of potential to help others, just how you've been working on yourself. You could help others to do the same for themselves. It's not that you're necessarily here to like solve everybody's issues, but it's almost like you could be an example. And if not, you're not even an example, at least in changing your life and working on yourself. Trust me, you are touching other lives with a little hint of magic or of healing energy or love energy, kindness. It's okay. I feel like this as a collective, there's a lot of love here. It's almost like and you feel like you've always loved and it's been unrequited love. It hasn't been reciprocated, if you will. The divine is saying, don't push back your nature of being a loving and accepting person, or of seeing potential in everyone and everything. It's okay to be that way. We need people like you. I'm going to leave it with the bottom of the deck here. It says, Star Keeper, cosmic ancestor, see the light by staying grounded. Stay grounded today as well. That's part of the message too. Just how you have star ancestors, almost like you are a star ancestor as well. You're just incarnated here. And, you have a lot of wisdom that you can also anchor into this reality, but it's almost like you have to become it. You have to be the one who learns the lessons to kind of reassure yourself of this wisdom that you carry in order to then pass it along to other people. Even if you don't pass it along literally, verbally, writing it or saying it or whatever it is, doesn't matter. Just by you understanding that you're here to learn and have this wisdom and implement the wisdom that you do carry and you do know, just by doing that, you kind of not just set an example, but you help others. It doesn't have to even show up again in the immediate community of yours. It's about to. I cannot stress that enough, especially this year. But you've touched many lives and you've helped a lot of people unknowingly so. But we all do that. We are all little ripples, There's little ripples here too. Stay grounded today. Do something that you like and makes you feel good, okay? That makes you feel good about yourself and where you are in life. Makes you appreciate beauty all around you and love and empathy and kindness. And I hope you have an amazing day. And I'll see you in the next video.